probably the creme de la creme, the crown jewel. The absolute best place to see lupins out of all the places to see lupins would be... Did you know that one of the places that we're going to visit today has had its main street completely flooded and underwater?
I know where you're talking about.
Stay tuned, don't touch that dial. This one's name is Otis, the resident furball here at the holiday park. Fluffy microphone, huh? See? Yeah, fluffy mic. What do you think? He's super friendly, eh? Always hanging around. See you! We're going to Wanaka. So while we're travelling down here on the lupin search, let's just talk a little bit about the hydroelectric power. Way back in the 60s or 70s, the government had this initiative called Think Big. And it was about power generation. How do we deliver clean, renewable energy for New Zealand? Well, we knew we had these big glacial hydro lakes. You know, the glaciers are melting, they form these big lakes, and then they sort of head from the high country hills out to sea. And so what they figured, why don't we just build a bunch of dams? So they built a bunch of dams. And now we have hydroelectric power, and that's the main power supply for New Zealand. Now the thing about the lupins is that these waterways, you know, that follow along the rivers, the waterways, the lakes, all of the glacial lakes, which all go from the highlands out into the oceans. It's the waterways are what carry all of the lupin seeds all over the place. So you see, the places that the lupins do the best are actually alongside the waterways. And this whole business about a main street being flooded, that relates to these building of these dams. So I'm going to tell you more about that when we get there. Onwards to Lake Wanaka. We're going to find the lonely tree. Need to go to the toilet. Welcome to Puzzle World in Wanaka. It's a quick little toilet pit stop on the way to the Lonely Tree. But if you ever stop in Wanaka and it's cold and raining, like a lot of people come here in Wanaka in winter to go skiing in Cardrona Ski Field, and if it's cold and raining, this is where you want to be. Puzzle World. We've got puzzles and we've got a big maze. And you can get a selfie taken holding up the Leaning Tower of Wanaka. Well, right here at Glendhu Bay Track. Look at this, there's even a map here. There's Lake Wanaka. You are here, and this is where the tree is. There's a lonely tree down there in the water. And here's the lupins.
Are you coming to the tree? They strung up a man, they say, who murdered 3. Strange things that happen here, no stranger would it be.
To be honest, I don't even know how it survived. How is this thing still alive, being just in water all the time like that.
Are you
Strange.
coming to the tree?
Well, just between you and me, I think it's time to go for a swim. Yeah, I'm gonna ruin somebody's photo today. Guarantee it.
We met at midnight in the hanging tree. Are you coming to the tree? Where I told you to run so we'd both be free. Strange things did happen here, no stranger would it be if we met at midnight in the hanging tree. Are you coming to the tree? Where necklace of hope side by side with me. Strange things did happen here, no stranger would it be if we met at midnight in the hanging tree. Are you coming to the tree? Where I told you to run so we'd both be free. Strange things did happen here, no stranger would it be if we met at midnight in the hanging tree. Are you coming to the tree? Where they strung up a man, they say we murdered three. Strange things that happened here, no stranger would it be. We met at midnight in the hanging tree. Are you coming to the tree? Death and call out for his love to feel. Strange things that happened here, no stranger would it be. We met at midnight in the hanging tree.
Now it just occurred to me, now would be a good time to tell you about the whole Main Street buried underwater thing. The town of Cromwell in 1990 was partially flooded because they built the Clyde Dam. So Lake Dunstan now sits over top of what was the main street of Cromwell. This is one of the things that happens when you build hydroelectric dams and you create lakes and you end up flooding areas. Part of Cromwell got flooded. So this mysterious Cromwell place. There's more to learn about it actually. Let's go have a look. This is Jones Fruit Stall. Is this the scene of the crime? Industrial Highway P9 Plus.
Unfortunately.
Pickpocketing going on.
I think so.
Here's to you, Mrs. Jones. I love your ice cream more than you can know. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Thank you.
You buy your ticket and you get in the line. But you know, there's only really two good places in the South Island to get fruit ice cream, and this is one of the two. The other one is up in Rewalker in Tasman. This is the other one. Time for more paint at the pump. Okay, so the story that I've been telling is of this spot right here. This is the historic Old Town part of Cromwell. Now, a lot of these buildings were not originally here. Some of them were actually dismantled and moved to this location. Yep, something old, rusty and broken. Achievement unlocked. See, way back in 1976, the New Zealand government decided they're going to build Clyde Dam. Now, the spot where the Clutha and Kawerau rivers, which is right here, is going to basically flood to form Lake Dunstan, which is just north of Cromwell. Refer the Google map. And the original town of Cromwell at the junction of the two rivers was flooded. That's this river out here you can see right now. An estimated 280 people lost their homes and compensation was never made. 6 farms and 17 orchards were submerged or made uneconomic. A further 25 or 30 farmers were affected. And the creation of Lake Dunstan flooded a total of 1,405 productive acres. So it was a heavy toll paid by the locals. But what does it mean? It means hydroelectric power. New Zealand has power needs just like everyone else, and if we didn't do hydroelectric, we'd be doing nuclear or coal or something, so it's a small price to pay. Coco, would you say that probably the creme de la creme, the crown jewel, the absolute best place to see lupins out of all the places to see lupins would be Lindis Pass?
Absolutely.
So that is between Taurus and Omarama. At the end of November or beginning of December. Really, this is the crescendo, this is the end, this is the climax, this is the peak of the story we're telling here. We've been to, not all, but most of the places where you can find lupins. And honestly, the best place in terms of quantity of lupins, and also variety, because you get the yellow ones and the pink ones and purple ones. I would say the best place is Lindis Pass.
Yes, Lindis Pass. If you want to see the yellow lupins, Wanaka, Lake Wanaka.
Yeah, there's a lot of those yellow lupins around Lake Wanaka.
And here's to you, Mrs. Robinson. Jesus loves you more than you will know. Whoa, whoa, whoa. God bless you, please, Mrs. Robinson. Heaven holds a place for those who pray. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. Hide it in a hiding place where no one ever goes. Put it in your pantry with your cupcakes. It's a little secret, just the Robinsons affair. Most of all, you got to hide it from the kids. Cuckoo-ca-choo. Mrs. Robinson, Jesus loves you more than you will know. Whoa, whoa, whoa. God bless you, please, Mrs. Robinson. Heaven holds a place for those who pray. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. Sitting on a sofa on a Sunday afternoon, going to the candidates' debate. Laugh about it, shout about it when you've got to choose. ocean turns its lonely eyes to you. Ooh, what's that you say, Mrs. Robinson? Shelton Joe has left and gone away. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey.
We've accomplished a lot on the super amazing lupin search in Aotearoa, more than I could have imagined that we were going to accomplish. We found so many lupins. I wouldn't say that we found all of them, but we found all of them that are accessible from the main road. But we've got a couple more special things to do tomorrow. We're not finished yet. But we've got a couple more special things to do tomorrow. We're not finished yet. I'm hoping to get some really, really amazing drone video tomorrow. We're not finished yet. I'll tell you what it is.